assist, a helping hand with your land.
Neil from Messick's here today to talk about how to configure your machine for the best possible hillside safety. So let's be very clear as we're making this video. When it comes to things like safety and liability of operating equipment, it is all on you. There's nothing that you can do to a tractor that is going to make it 100% safe on any kind of circumstance, be it a hillside or even operating on flat ground. You as the operator need to be attuned to the safety of you and the machine. So while I can give you some tips in order to make your tractor feel a little bit more stable and operate better in those conditions, do understand that the liability is on you in order to do these things safely. Tractors are equipped with roll bars and seat belts for a reason, so you should really be wearing these things at all times, but be especially attuned that if you're on a hillside, you want to be wearing that seat belt and you want to have the roll bar in the up position, not folded down if you're just coming out of a garage or something like that. If your tractor does go over, these roll bars are certified to be able to support the weight of the machine and not have it tumble over on top of you. So the roll bar is going to help that, and the seat belt is going to keep you in the seat of the machine. So if it does go over, you should be kept and enclosed inside of the operator's station and hopefully kept safe. From talking to guys who have gone through roll bars and rollovers in the past, one thing that they will tell you to do is to also be mindful of your hands. When you go to fall, you're always apt to want to catch yourself, right? And if a tractor is going to go over, you don't want to catch yourself and then end up having a limb pinched underneath of something. So if the tractor does happen to go, it's best to keep your hands on the steering wheel and take the blow with your shoulder. A lot of the things that you would do to improve the stability of your tractor come down to your tires and how they're set up and how they're ballasted. So quite obviously, the more weight you can get down low on your tractor, the more stable it's going to be on a hillside. And one of the ways that you can do that is by filling your tires with fluid or putting wheel weights inside of the rim. Both of those things are going to help lower the center of gravity of your tractor, so that will help. If you're going to making a tire selection on the newer machines, one thing you may want to consider if you're working on hillsides is how stiff your sidewalls are. So if that tractor is on a hill and it's wanting to roll downhill, that sidewall is what's going to be supporting the tire and supporting the tractor. By and large, ag tires and turf tires have thinner and lighter sidewalls than R4 industrial tires do. R4's just got more ply and more meat in that sidewall that has it for that industrial application, but it also gives you that better support if you're on a hillside. It's also a little bit more tractive tire as well that can help you get traction in those tricky situations. Getting your rear tires even an inch wider can make a really significant difference in how stable your machine can feel. And you can do that in a couple of different ways. On bigger machines like this utility tractor, oftentimes your rear rims are adjustable. And in the case you can see here, this could actually be redished. This cast piece could be moved to the outside of these tabs here in order to move the tires wider on the back of the tractor. And that wider stance is going to make the machine feel more stable. Most tractors, though, tend to not have adjustable rims. They're usually fixed and welded into here. In that case, you can go and put wheel spacers on between the back of the rim and the axle flange on the tractor. That's actually a manufacturer certified thing. In a lot of cases, you'll find a lot of our companies actually offer a factory wheel spacer. Just putting those in there can put a lot more torsion back onto the axle where it goes into the transmission, where those seals and stuff are going to come together. So wheel spacers in a lot of cases are actually a factory certified thing that is okay, but you will find guys finding other options for those in the cases where the factory doesn't offer that option. And by and large, we've not seen huge issues from the guys that have done that. So putting on a 1-inch or 2-inch wheel spacer, even though it doesn't seem like a whole lot, can make a dramatic difference in the plantedness of your tractor. Just like we want to add ballast to move the center of gravity down on the tractor, we also want to make sure we have a balance between the front and the back of the machine so that all 4 of our tires are doing their best to keep us planted and give us traction as we're going back and forth. This P2650 is set up specifically for mowing, so we have a heavy 72-inch mower back on the 3-point hitch, but no loader or anything out in the front in order to help balance out all that weight on the back of the machine. So we've equipped this tractor here with a front weight bracket and front weights. And adding this 180 pounds or so out in front of the machine is going to make a big difference in holding its front end down and making sure these front tires don't become a little bit light if you come up onto a grade. So in simple summary, be careful. You certainly can do some of these things in order to try to make your tractor more stable, but you won't ever find a machine that's, say, certified to operate on a certain degree slope. These things always need to be approached with caution. And do know it is something that we will frequently hear and see guys running into rollover situations. It happens, and you need to be aware that it's a very real possibility. There's a lot of agricultural groups out there that will help and coach guys who are operating machinery on tractor safety and rolling through rollover demonstrations and showing what can happen when accidents do occur. So be very cautious when you're out there operating your machine, and keep some of these tips in mind. If you're frequently in those situations, you might want to go through and apply some of these things to your machinery in order to help make yourself just a little bit more safe. So if you're going through the buying process for a machine, or if you have parts or service needs for equipment that you've already got, give us a call at Messick's. We're available at 800-222-3373 or online at messicks.com. Neil from Messick's here today to talk about how to configure your... Can't reach the whole way around without leaning on the belt pack. Okay, let's try to put this somewhere I'm not going to mess with the wire.